lion's den, right? In the den, check it out. What are the lions doing?
They're just walking around.
Kind of walking around. What's that?
They ate people. They ate people.
No, that's a skull. These are human bones. So right now the artist is telling us that Daniel is in a pit of lions where at one point they ate another person. They did. So they're used to it. This guy looks a little angry. This guy's roaring. What about Daniel here?
He looks scared.
He looks scared. Is he young or old in this case?
He's young.
He's young in this photo. Now take a look at some of the techniques that the artist is using. We're taking a look here at a piece of art, all right? I'm bridging now in here into the art aspect of things. Take a look at some of the artist's technique in order to communicate the story to you. Take a look at some of the value, the intensity of the colors. What's going on here? Is Daniel dark and gray and in the background or not? What is he? No, he's bright. He's out there. He's like the focus of the painting. Then you've got what's over here?
Lions.
Lions, but are they just as bright as Daniel? No, they're dark. They're in the background. So the artist used some skill and technique, some art elements, value, shading, light and dark to communicate. Daniel's the most important thing here, but also through color. What is this?
Something red.
It is something
A
red.
cape.
Anybody know what that might be? I don't know what it might be. I'm asking you. Rabbi Sasko?
I mean, it might be some kind of royal garment because he was like an advisor for the Persian king.
How wild is that?
I can take it off.
Color. Well, he's about to get eaten. Maybe he doesn't want to get soiled, right?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
It's probably pretty hard to get rid of.
Could be, Rabbi.
I was just wondering one other observation.
Yes.
That I would have anticipated that the lions, as they got closer to the prey, they would get more wild and ferocious.
Right.
But it looks like in the picture, the closer they are to Daniel, like the more calm they've become. Like the very closest lion is like literally sitting at his feet.
Look at that.
And then
It's like sleeping.
the ones they're like seem to be more calm, and in the background they're like maybe more active, and so it's sort of like the opposite of what you might anticipate in a situation of like they're preying on someone, fine,
Get it?
by accident, but I'll take it.
How about that? Thank
Preying
you, Rabbi
on someone?
Sasko, for the observation. So royal garment there. Notice how the red
Preying on
signifies royalty. In this case, there's another color that is often signifies royalty. I'm wearing it today.
Purple.
Thank you. Thank you. How about that? How color signifies things. Not only is it a pop of color that brings your attention to the picture, but it also is symbolic of something. And you see look at the curves of how the artist designed everything. Where is the picture leading up to? Why?
Because the light source for there is
Maybe why does the artist make the picture lead up? We can see why. We can see the curvature here. We can see Daniel's eyes looking up. We can see here's brightness. Here's sky, blue light, green grass. Down here is bones and death and darkness over here. And he's looking up. What's up? God's up. He's praying to God, right? Prayers in this case are going up. Let's take a look at that. I've got a few of these paintings because this was a popular story. Check this one out. Let's see this one. Here's a slightly different approach, but some of the same techniques are being used, yes? Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Jason, go. You're on a roll today, man.
He's still on the light and they're the lions are going to darkness.
Yes. Lions are over here. They're coming out of the darkness. You kind of got some light on them, but here, what's he doing?
Looking up the sky.
He's looking at Jason, or
Well,
Jack.
I noticed something. He looks a little older in this one.
Yes, he does look older. He does look older. I actually researched this bit. And Rabbi Sasso, you can let me know if my research was correct. Some people say that Daniel, at this point, the actual story was an older gentleman. That somebody, I saw the age of 80-ish somewhere. He would have been around that age when they threw him in the lion's den. So the painting of him being young, I don't know why they made him young, but they did in that first one that we saw. In this one, they did him old. Rabbi?
So, based on what we know already, we know that Daniel was taken as a captive from Jerusalem
Right.
at a particular point in history, and if we assume he was thrown into like the Babylonian king's service at that point, and then like 14 years go by and it's still the Babylonian king, so that probably puts Daniel in like his early 20s, right, or later,
Right.
and then Babylon is conquered by Persia, and so this is much further on in Daniel's career, so I don't know about the number 80, but it certainly you would anticipate he would be more than just middle-aged by this point.
Gotcha.
My theory for why maybe the first artist had painted Daniel as young is perhaps to like make a connection between the New Testament and the Old Testament. In other words, it might be like drawing on a Jesus theme. Because
Yeah, Jesus the plumber?
no, I'm videotaping this, so be
Oh,
careful with that.
sorry.
So no, but like if Jesus is always depicted as being, he was in his 20s when he died, right? So
30, actually.
30. So
Yeah,
my Old Testament is better than my New Testament. Thank you. So it's not surprising that like the holy person would be a young man. That's
Gotcha.
my theory.
Okay. Very good. Very good. I like that theory. Check out the art elements as well. Oh, one other story. What is Daniel looking out of in this case? A window. A window. And when he was praying, if I remember the story of when he was originally praying, when they found him praying, what was he doing?
Praying out a window.
Looking to where?
A window.
Looking to Jerusalem. Yeah, so I like how this artist combined those two story elements. Shira?
Just an observation.
Yes.
It kind of looks like the lions aren't looking at him, but they're also looking out the window.
Ooh, look at this lion. Look at he's looking out here, but he's not ferocious.
No, it looks like they're like looking at what he's looking at.
Look at this guy. He's definitely looking out the window. Good observation, Sheila. So let's see. We're going to take a quick look. I really like that one. Let's take a quick look at this one. This one here, he's definitely in the pit. Darkness again, light up above. There's the Persians. It's the Persians, right? They're throwing them in, being like, ha, you're going down. We got you. Yes.
It looks like the same thing as Shira mentioned in the last one, that that they're also looking at
Dude, doesn't it? Yes. Good call. Look at that. Excellent. Found here another one. Very similar theories. I like these guys. Look at this lion.
Looks pretty sad.
He's like, look at this one.
Oh, there's a piece of fresh meat in that corner.
Oh yeah, good call. Good call.
Is that like T-bone steak? No,
Nice.
that's people though.
Then I found this one. I thought this was a more recent one done.
Yeah, that's more. That feels more Christian.
It does, doesn't it? It does. And then I found this one from the 400s. Check that one out. That's way back when, before any of us were born. They weren't quite on par with anatomy back then and figures, but they were trying to represent this story in art for a long time. So what, in terms, is art trying to do in this case? What is it trying to do? Art. What is it trying to do? Yes. It's trying to tell a story. So it's trying to communicate a story. Yes.
Sometimes express emotion, visual concept.
Express emotion. Yes. It's also trying to do one other specific thing. I feel very specifically as an artist type person is I feel art is always trying to invoke something from you, to invoke a reaction. Communicate, yes. It's trying to communicate, try to stir up emotion, communicate emotion, feeling, a story, but it's also trying to evoke something. It's trying to stir something in you. It's trying to get your attention every time. If a piece of artwork, you can critique it. You can critique art. You can take a look at how the artist uses elements in order to communicate or invoke that feeling or a specific thing. And you can judge art based on its success or failure at that. So many debates that happen with that. And it makes oh, I got goosebumps. It makes being an art type person so exciting because what you might see in that piece of art is different what she might see. What it invokes in Matt might be different what it invokes in Guy, right? It could be, but it's trying to do that. Now, artists throughout